Okay, good morning and welcome to the Sunday morning Qigong. And just taking a deep breath in, a long exhale, arriving into your body in this moment. Another deep breath. Feel that breath go all the way down to the toes and then exhale. Let it flow off the shoulders, off the fingertips. And one more inhale. Let yourself absorb all that oxygen and then release. Beautiful. And just allow your feet to melt and sink into the floor, dropping twin deep roots down deep into the earth, spreading your roots sideways. And then we'll begin our spinal twist, just gently turning, just checking your feet are a little wider than hip length apart, and relaxing the spine. Take some nice deep breaths into the back of the neck. Exhaling wherever you feel you just need to release tension in your body or along your spine. We'll just do about a minute and a half here, just using this time to check in with your body today. Scanning through and noticing anything that you can feel or sense that there's something inside your body. And if your body seems clear when you scan through, go through and check in with your emotional body. How is your emotions today? What are you feeling? And just checking with your mind. How's your mind doing this morning? Is it going a million miles an hour, or is it feeling relatively calm in the Sunday morning? Just checking in and coming to that observer standpoint where you're not judging or interpreting, you're just going through and tuning in. I'll take a few more breaths here. And then slowly coming to a halt. First, going to come right into Wuji. So checking your posture and the 18 rules of posture by rolling to the outside of the feet, pressing at the base of the big toe, lifting in the arches and pressing the center of the heels firmly into the earth. Bending the ankles and the knees slightly, and then dropping the tailbone to flatten the low back and stretching up out of the sacrum. Flattening the back of the neck by lifting the tips of the ears and tucking the chin slightly. Allow your neck and shoulders to relax and allow the arms to curve forward. Activating the tips of the fingers to drop deep into the earth, curving the wrists and elbows. Letting the chest and belly relax. Closing the eyes and mouth and opening the nose and ears. And now dissolving yourself, feeling yourself suspended in space, and then just merging with the air around you, with the earth beneath you, till you sense that you're becoming one with the Wuji, the infinite space. We'll breathe here for 1 minute. Just allow yourself as much as possible to let go of any identification with any of your energy bodies, just maintaining the breath. And now from this expanded place, I invite you to set an intention for your practice today. We'll be working on the 5 primary organs, doing a sequence known as the Daoist Five. And we're coming to the end of this moon cycle. So if there's anything else you'd like to let go of that's in your life, that's no longer serving you, maybe something that you had set at the full moon intention, but coming into releasing the residue of the change that's been occurring over this past 10 days. Allow yourself to feel that just release out of your field. And setting that intention for coming into your highest potential by moving outwards from your systems, whatever is not serving you. Breathing deep into your heart center. Gently open the eyes, we'll seal an intention. With 6 pulling down the heavens, we're going to inhale up and reaching tall, grasping that column of life, column of light and column of life, pulling it through you, washing down through the Taiji pole, cleansing and clearing any tiny blockages that may be existing and pushing them out through the soles of the feet. Using this opening exercise to connect with the energy of the sun, moon, and stars. Connecting with the energy of the 5th dimension, beyond time or space. Activating the deepest level within you, that housing for your eternal soul. So it runs down the central line of the body. Last time. And coming into our clearing, up the yins and down the yangs. We're going to inhale up the inside of the legs, running and raking those energy fingers all the way through as we open and clear these channels. And pull out to release any stagnation as we clear down around the outside, down the yangs. Inhale up and exhale, release. Beginning to see the rivers of light running through you as your hands create the motion and the direction of the chi flow, as well as absorbing into the palms of the hands. Anything that with your intention to clear and remove from the 3 levels of your energy bodies, moving it off of you. And 2 more times. And shaking the tree, releasing any energy that's scattered into the palms. And inhale to center. We're going to do their chi scattering set. Bend one knee and then pass the arms in front and the back of the body, swinging nice and vigorously, shifting the weight from side to side and turning the torso. So you're squeezing and releasing right in the groin area, pumping the lymph through the body, swinging the arms, moving the lymph in the under the arms as well. You're going to see if you can feel the chi flowing, maybe a little heat starts to build. circulation is going, the lymph is moving. Inhale to center and exhale to the side. We're gonna do about 20 more seconds here. And once more to each side. And bring the feet together. We're going to come into pounding post. So rising up on the toes and allowing your muscle groups to relax so that the vibration can come all the way through. Just shaking everything up, bringing stagnation to the surface of the muscles and to the toes, and then pound out, seeing it leave like a cloud of dust in all directions. And now coming down to the major organs, which we're going to be focusing on today, bringing the stagnation of all the organs in the torso up to the surface, come to the toes, pound the heels, release the tension, release the stagnation, and last time. And now coming down to the Taiji pole, so seeing that all, shaking up that pole of light, and come to the toes, and a blast of white light from the core, all directions. Excellent. And step wide for the trembling horse. 3 more times. Shake it off. It's getting rid of whatever you don't need. And last time. And one pulling on the heavens. Inhale up and exhale. Cleansing white column of light. Refreshing you all the way down to the floor. Yes, excellent. Okay, have a sip of water, and we're gonna. Horse did it. The horse did it. Okay, so before we move into the Daoist Five, we're just going to do a couple different warm-ups. The first one we're going to do is, it's called carrying the heavy stone. So we're going to inhale and bring the backs of the hands together, and then we're going to be reversing them and pulling them down the center line of the body. And imagine someone's pulling your wrists and you're resisting. So you're really opening the spaces between the vertebrae as you roll down slowly, opening those spaces, breathing, and then bending the knees, dropping the head, and then grasping a heavy stone, like somewhere like 20 pounds or 40 pounds, just rolling up, keeping the energy in the lower dantian, rolling up around the lower dantian. I'm going to pull up that heavy stone, and we're going to put it right into the belly, release it. We'll do that 2 more times. Inhale up, backs of the hands together, and pulling down. So pausing whenever you notice a flat place in the spine or where you feel like there's an energy blockage, breathe into that area, and then release with the exhale, move down. You may have several places in your spine that are flat or holding too much blockage of chi. So just kind of find for yourself what those places are and breathe. Can often be in the lower back. Bend the knees when you get down. And grab the heavy stone and roll up. Use your abs. Just building strength in the lower dantian, as well as opening up the vertebrae. Place the stone into the belly. And one last time. I really feel like I'm lifting that very heavy stone. It's like, wow, okay. And here we go. Last time. Inhale and exhale, roll down. When you're ready, grabbing the stone and rolling up, pressing into the feet. Putting the attention in the lower dantian. And all the way up. Inhale and place the stone. Pause for a moment. Just notice how you feel. Okay, and then we're going to do some turtle breathing. So this is going to also build energy here, which we'll be able to use for this exercise of clearing all our major organs. So bringing the heat into the hands. So it's a three-part breath, three-part Qigong breath, lower lungs, middle, and then upper lungs. We're going to grab the energy from our Wei Qi filter. We're going to pack that energy in. First from the side, that's the first third. The second third is from the two parts, the halves on the outside. So the front first, the sides second, and the back is the third part of the breath. And with the motion, it goes like this. Inhale, inhale, and inhale. And we hold. That's packing all that chi that we're gathering from our fields right down into the lower dantian, and then we release. So it's a three-part exercise. It's very, very intense, but short. So here we go. Again, inhale, inhale, and inhale. Hold, squeeze together. Hold, pack all that energy into the lower dantian, and then release. Feel that rush of chi. Again, repeat. We're going to do this again. Remember to gather the chi, and gather the chi all into here. And here we go. Inhale, inhale, and inhale. Hold. And release. Very good. One last time. And release. And shake it out. Very good. Okay, we're getting into the advanced stuff now. Now we do a quick round of the old man just to kind of clear things out before we get into the organs. And here we go. Inhale up and exhale out. Oh. 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 Shoulders and bend at the waist. Clear scissors back and forth vigorously from the back. Let the head drop and inhale up. Oh. 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 Inhale. Oh. 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 And 3 more rounds. Oh. 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 And last time. And staying bent forward, release the head and neck. And bend the knees so the torso can rest onto the knees, and grasp the elbows with the opposite palms. Take a couple breaths here, breathing into the base of the spine, allowing the white light to transfer down, falling towards the ground through the crown of the head, cleansing, opening, and releasing. And then release the hands to the floor and roll up. Rolling the shoulders open. Bringing the head up and just coming to some neck rolls. Inhaling back and exhaling forward. And then changing directions. Bring your head up to center whenever you feel ready. And shake out the feet. Okay. I think we're ready to move into the Daoist Five. Yes. So the Daoist Five, this is a series that was developed by the Shaolin monks. If you know who they're a very intense group of monk warriors. What's that?
Fighters, right?
Yeah, they're warriors. I mean, they were badasses. They're very revered as warriors. So this is a series just designed to clear the 5 major organs: the lungs, the liver, the kidneys, the heart, and the spleen. So we always begin with the lungs because we want the energy of the lungs and the oxygen to empower the rest of the exercises. So here's how we begin. Now the color of the lungs is white, so we're going to use the energy of the white light to fill the lungs, but we're also cleansing at the same time. So this is an exercise that we're both purging and tonifying as we move. So we're going to be clearing with the breath and bringing in new energy. We begin with our T-Rex arms. So coming into a good Qigong stance, the elbows are going to be heavy. The tops are going to be right at the collarbone. We're going to sink down and we make a lozenge shape with the hands, and then we inhale up. So we exhale down and inhale up. So as we exhale, releasing stagnation from the lungs in the form of a gray cloud leaving on the breath. As we inhale, we're bringing in a white light. It's pouring from the palms down the arms and filling the lungs with the white light on the inhale. And now we add in, there's tongue positions that go with each organ. So with the lungs, we take the tip of the tongue and place it behind the 2 front teeth on the roof of the mouth, breathing in and out through the nose. So these are very powerful exercises. If you find yourself getting lightheaded or it just feels really intense, just take a break. Exhaling as we sink down, inhaling forward, and really focusing on visualizing that white light coming into the palms, running down the arms and pouring into the lungs, and then exhaling, clearing out. I'm going to do this for 2 more minutes. So you can close your eyes if you like, focusing the gaze inwards to the visualization of bringing that light into the lungs and exhaling, clearing out. One more minute. Thirty more seconds. And 3 more breaths here. Beautiful, and pause. You can release the arms for a moment, shake it out. And then just taking the 2 hands, we're just going to place them right over long 1 and long 2, these points right below the collarbones. Just going to breathe here for a few seconds. So now each of the 5 major organs, we call these the yin organs. They're paired with another organ. The yin and the yang organs are paired. One's considered a solid organ and one's considered a hollow organ. The lungs are paired with the large intestine, which may seem strange, but if you think about it, they're both major organs of elimination. The lungs are taking in the oxygen, but also exhaling out toxicity with the exhale. And the large intestine absorbs the nutrients from the food, and it also releases any toxins through elimination. So these 2 organs are paired. And the color of the large intestines is also white. So just visualize it just for a moment, connecting in your mind's eye the lungs and the large intestine or the colon. And just sense their energetic pairing. Okay, good. That was just an introduction. We'll go deeper into the organs as classes go on. Now we're going to come to the next part of this series, which is the kidneys. So we move to the kidney, which is the water energy. So the lungs are considered metal and color white, and the kidneys are considered the water element, and they're considered like a dark blue. Sometimes people say black, but very, very dark blue, or I think of more like a cobalt blue, like a dark, rich blue color. So here's how we do this part of the exercise. We take one hand and we place the back of that hand over the opposite kidney. So our kidneys are right here, kind of mid-back, like step up, or if you find the bottom of your rib cage or slightly above that. The other hand, I'm going to take on above the forehead. Come into a slightly wider stance for this. So I would say more like a wide horse stance. We're going to inhale, and we're going to dip into that pool of water, that deep cobalt blue water. The water is going to run down the arm, across the shoulder, and through the back of the hand, and it's going to fill that kidney as we exhale. So we inhale, come across, exhale. Inhale, fill with that light, and exhale, let the hand come across. Here we go. Inhale and exhale. So seeing that water running, you're scooping it and it's running down that pathway to fill that kidney. Now the tongue position for this is to take the tip of the tongue and curl it backwards on the roof of the mouth as far as you can reach backwards. A little bit awkward, but you do eventually get used to it, and it's really good for the tongue because it stretches the tongue out, and we have all kinds of nerve endings underneath the tongue. Inhale and exhale. And we'll do 60 seconds on this side. Just really focusing on that visualization of bringing that light in. As you're exhaling, you're naturally releasing any stagnation also from the kidney, generally in the form of fatigue. And we're filling with the light. So we're bringing in energy, we're bringing Jing to the kidneys, that life force energy, which gives us that get up and go. Now we energized our lower dantian quite a bit in preparation for this. So we have lots of qi available to work through the physical form to help regenerate, see if there's any stagnation in the kidneys. Sometimes there just can be stuck energy in the kidneys from old fear. Old traumas can also be lodged. Any kind of feeling of inertia, that helplessness, sort of paralysis of moving forward in life, this can all be addressed by energizing kidneys and exhaling out any of those old patterns. 30 more seconds here. Checking your tongue position. We'll do 3 more scoops. And then we're going to switch sides. So bringing the back of the other hand to the opposite kidney, the other hand to the forehead. And we're going to come down the opposite way, inhaling, scooping that water and filling this kidney, and then exhaling as the hand passes across the forehead, curling the tongue up and backwards. That activates the water channel in the body. We'll do 1 minute on this side. Really using that power of visualization, getting that river of energy down the arm. You may notice a difference between the 2 kidneys. We tend to have a dominant kidney, one more present, and maybe one can be a bit weaker. So you may sense that. And in this case, you really just focus on getting them both equally filled with qi, that motivation, willpower, desire to follow things through. All of this, we're feeding the kidneys on these multiple levels. Great. Okay, 3 more scoops. And release the hand from around the back. We're going to bring energy into the hands. Bring the warmth in. We're going to place your palms right over the kidneys. Kidneys hate to be cold and they love to be warm and relaxed. So by placing the hands over the kidneys, you're just reinforcing all that chi that you put in there. Feel them just relax and absorb. Now the paired organ with the kidneys is the urinary bladder. So we say the solid organ, it's the kidneys, the hollow organ is the bladder, which makes total sense. So imagining your own urinary bladder paired with the kidneys, imagining them both as dark blue color. Imagine their energetic relationship. Kidneys are filtering so much of the water in the body. And the bladder is there to release what is not serving you, releasing toxins and excess. Just thinking your kidneys, how hard they work. Okay, beautiful. And release the hands. Okay, good job. You said this is really intense. This practice is very intense, but it's, yeah, they weren't messing around, those guys. But I found this, it's incredibly powerful, this practice, because it really does go through all the major organs and works them on the multiple levels. Okay, just take a breath and just check in with yourself. How are you feeling? Check in with your lungs, your kidneys. Notice if you can really feel the shift of energy in those places. Okay, and next we come to the liver. So the liver here on the right side of the body. The liver runs across the midline. It's huge. It's like this big, the liver. And its paired organ is the gallbladder, which is kind of right in the center and underneath, kind of tucked up in there. So the color of the liver is green, and the energy is wood. It's the wood element. So one hand, the left hand is placed underneath, almost to the perineum, but just kind of right out in front. The right hand is over the liver. We're going to bend the left knee and we're going to push the excess chi out from the liver as the other hand comes back, and then we mirror this hand. So we're bringing a light into this hand, a green light into the liver, and then exhale, push out stagnation in the liver in the form of a gray cloud. So we exhale out with the right hand, pull in with the right hand, the green light. The left hand is just mirroring the right hand. It's balancing. There is such thing as an energetic mirrored liver. So it's just mirroring this exercise. And you can imagine like your hands are sliding through a tube. So they're in the same plane here. Inhale the green light. Exhale, clear the liver. And I'm dipping down with my pelvis. So I'm creating like a smile line with my pelvis as I move, shifting the weight, just like we did in the chi scattering set, where this is helping to really pump the chi through the body as we're pushing the stagnation in the form of, it could be scar tissue, it could be excess toxins that the liver is filtered through the blood. We're also pushing out excess emotions, which tend to gather in the liver, typically anger and irritation. So this is a great exercise if you feel like you get easily irritated with things. Like and so you're just pushing that out of your field and bringing in that green, that cooling, beautiful plant energy. Oh yes, and the tongue position, thank you. The tongue position is straight up in the mouth. So the roof of the mouth, just straight up. That's the wood position. Okay, one more minute here. Just 20 more seconds. And one more breath, pushing out, exhale. And bringing the hands together, rubbing them together. And just place the hands over the liver and the gallbladder. These two paired organs are right here in the same location. Picturing your liver filled with that green energy, and it's just going all the way through. It's penetrating deep into the tissue of the liver, healing, regenerating, because the liver can regenerate itself. It's very powerful. Just the way that the leaves come out again in the spring, our livers can grow new cells, new parts of itself. And just thanking your liver for all it does. Beautiful. Okay, she will shake that one off. Whew. 2 more to go. Now these can be done as a set, or if you have particular issues, you can use them separately in different organs. This one is for the heart. The color of the heart is rose. The element is fire. So this one's easier to show you from behind. So we're going to take the right hand up overhead. The left hand is right at the pelvic girdle. We're going to inhale as we bend our knee to the right side. We're going to inhale a rose-colored light as we straighten to the center. We're going to bring that rose to the very middle of the heart, and then we're going to push across, and we're going to exhale, shift the weight to the other side, clearing the heart. Then we do the same on the other side. Inhale the rose-colored light to the center and push across the stagnation. The tip of the tongue is the same as the lung. It's the heart lung. It right behind the 2 front teeth in the roof of the mouth. So you're straightening the center and then bending to one side. So the same side we push across. We're bringing that beautiful, soft peace and order to the heart, and exhaling, pushing out anxiety, panic, overwhelm, and bringing that calm, beautiful rose-colored light, joy and love, self-appreciation into the heart. And 1 more minute here. And the more you become familiar, you can become more and more fluid with your motion and really feel like you're moving through, like in slow motion or through honey. That will increase the intensity of the amount of chi you're able to move through. Imagine yourself also clearing blocks from the heart, walls of protection that may have been built up, disappointments, old heartbreak, new heartbreak. You can just push it right out of the field and replace that immediately on the breath with that vibration of love, peace, order that exists within the heart as its highest potential. And twice more to each side. And bring both hands down. And we do 1 point down the heavens. And exhale. Bring the hands to the heart, rubbing them together. And then placing the hands over the heart. Now the paired pelvic organ to the heart is the small intestine. So picturing the small intestine up here. The heart, fire energy coming into the heart. That fire, it's like the digestive fire in the small intestine. And then just dropping into your own heart, appreciating your heart as the center and ruler of your being. It's a unique confluence of the heaven and earth energy in the center of your being, in the very center of the Taiji pole. And just giving yourself a message of self-love and appreciation. And thanking your heart for all it does to move the blood through you, but also to be a portal into all the things of life that are so beautiful and pleasurable. Okay, and release. Shake out the hands. Doing great. How you guys feeling? Okay.
What's the paired organ for the liver?
The gallbladder. So, well, you still have an energetic gallbladder, even if your physical gallbladder is gone. Okay, so the last one we're going to do is the spleen stomach. So this is on the left side. The color is gold. And the earth element is what's identified with this. So it's a very grounded energy. And in the imbalanced state, it's called worry. When we just, we can't eat, things just turn and get all tense in there and the digestion shuts down. So we want to open and fill this with a lot of gold light, earth energy, so we can relax and trust. That's what happens in the balanced state of the spleen. So this exercise is one, blowing on the heavens. And as the hands drop, we rotate the backs of the hands towards each other first, straighten the elbows, and then we take the tips of the fingers and tips of the tongue, tips of the thumbs, and we're going to inhale a column of golden light up the center line of the body. And through this triangle of the hand, I'm going to pass it through the third eye. And we're going to look with our physical eyes to a spot on the ceiling or above us. And this column of golden light that's running through this triangle, we just are going to rotate around it as we look up. And you don't want to crunch the neck. So imagine either someone's really holding you up through your neck, crunching backwards, but you feel supported. But if your neck does get tired, just move the face forward for a few breaths. And so really not doing a weight shift here. We're just rotating around this and looking at that spot, focusing on the ceiling.
Tongue.
And the tongue is straight down in the mouth through that earth channel. Just do 1 minute here. More seconds. And bring the head back up to center. Allow the arms to just trace down, and we'll seal this in with 3, pulling down the heavens. Inhale up, exhale down. Hands forward, rubbing them together. And placing the hands right over the spleen, stomach, pancreas area onto the left side. Seeing that gold light penetrating deep in, grounding and relaxing this master organ of digestion. And the paired organ with the spleen is the stomach. So it's all right here together. Seeing that whole area just filled in with this golden light, the energy of trust, deep grounded relaxation. And just thanking your digestion for being able to bring this chi into your body through the nourishment, and also just to digest life, be able to break it down into smaller bits so it's doable, even if it's challenging. Deep gratitude to yourself, and then just release the hands, shake it out a bit. All right, beautiful. That's the Daoist Five. So very powerful practice to do. Get super hot. Yeah, moves a lot of chi. That's why I tell people, like, take a break if you feel it, because it's just incredibly powerful. Okay, so I'd like to do some breathing before we go into meditation. So getting a comfortable spot on the floor, wherever's the best place for you to be seated. And we're going to start off with the alternate nostril breathing, then we're going to do some box breathing. Yes. So first we'll do the alternate nostril breathing. That just helps to balance the right and left and the yin and yang of the body. So you're going to hopefully feel really powerful today, all juiced up and ready to take life on. We can feel our emotions as warriors, but still we're still strong, ready to meet the challenge of whatever's coming our way. Okay, so taking the right hand, we're going to close down the first two fingers with the thumb. The other two fingers are going to extend up. We're going to inhale through the right. You feel the lungs are going to block off both nostrils for a pause, and then we're going to exhale through the left nostril. And then we inhale through the left. Pause, and exhale through the right. And repeat, inhaling through the right, and then following your own breath. And as you move through the cycle, gradually extending the length of the inhale, the exhale, and the pauses in between the two. I'm going to do this breath for another minute and a half before we move into the second breath. This breath is very calming to the heart. It's an anti-anxiety breath. If you ever know anyone that gets into a panic attack, this is the breath to do to really calm someone's nervous system down. One more minute. One more complete round. You'll finish the round by exhaling through the right nostril. Some natural breaths in through both nostrils. Exhaling through the mouth. Sensing that calm coming deep within you. And then when you're ready, we're going to go into the box breath. So that's an inhale count of 7, hold for a count of 7, exhale for a count of 7, and hold the breath out for a count of 7. And again, you can follow in your own timing, just really following your own natural breath. And we're going to do this for 2 minutes. And then we'll be ready to meditate and absorb all this chi and breath. So if you'd like to close the eyes, you can even bring the awareness to the third eye by slightly rolling the physical eyes towards each other and up just slightly, if you choose. Otherwise, just focusing on the count of 7 for the breaths. Inhale and hold. When you suspend the breath, you can slightly tighten the lower belly. You exhale, release that hold. You reach the bottom of the breath, holding the breath out for 7. And then repeat the 7 count inhale. Do 3 more rounds. Finish with the exhale and then return to natural breath. Take a couple of breaths before moving into the position for the meditation. Getting yourself comfortable lying down or seated if you prefer. You want to leave this on or and just allowing your body to sink into the earth, feeling held as all that chi generated is sinking deep into the cellular tissue of each organ. And picturing yourself walking along a beautiful pathway that's leading down to a pebbled beach on some wild ocean. There's some wind and the waves are moving, stirring up the water. You can feel the energy as it's moving around you. As you walk along this beach with round pebbles, almost feels a little hard to walk on with the wind and the sliding pebbles and the waves. But inside, you feel this deep, grounded connection to the earth. So no matter how unsteady the footing, somehow your feet always land in the perfect spot. So you're grounded. Inside, you feel calm, energized, present. So it's easy to just move through the winds of change, the stirring of the elements. Within your own sphere, you have this energized, calm Taiji pull. Your organs harmonized together. The blood and lymph is flowing perfectly. You feel empowered and strong, and yet also compassionate and loving to yourself. The perfect blend of yin and yang, of the male and female elements. And then looking up to the left of you, you see a small cave carved into a cliffside. And you see how inviting that cave looks. It's cozy and out of the wind. And so you come into the cave and it's got a nice sandy floor. It's not at all damp. It's a perfect little space. And you can come in and sit in the very middle of this little cave, looking out at the water and the ocean and the wind and the clouds. But inside your little sanctuary, you feel your Wei Qi fields perfectly filling this space. And it's easy to close your eyes inside the cave, coming into a deep inner awareness by switching on the pineal gland in the middle of the head and looking down and seeing your energetic anatomy, seeing the Taiji pole, seeing the chakras just above the level of the Taiji pole, seeing the 5 organs and their paired organs inside your torso, the location, sensing the colors, and seeing the patterns of energy flowing up the yins and down the yangs, and seeing the streamers of light, these energetic pathways circling around you through your Wei Qi fields in the toroidal shape as the energy passes up through the center of the Taiji pole and out the crown, flowing around you in a pattern 6 feet in all directions, coming up through the soles of the feet, Seeing those lines coming more and more straight as your awareness is bringing the deep level of harmony that wants to exist within you back into balance. And then now sensing one of your guides present with you inside the cave. It could be one of your angelic beings or one of your animal spirit guides. Whatever feels appropriate to you today, or maybe more than one, coming to be with you inside this cave. And you open your inner ears and your inner sight, and you feel that telepathic communication with this guide, and dropping deep in your awareness to the heart center. Pour out your heart to your guide. Whatever's happening in your life that feels too much or overwhelming, or if you have uncertainty or questions, just allow your heart to speak out to this ever-present, helpful being that has access to the other dimensions outside of time, has wisdom and insight. And anything that you'd like to share or ask your guide, I encourage you to have a few minutes of dialogue here. inside the cave now, allowing your awareness to come back to the breath, thanking your guide or guides for their insight and presence, knowing that you can access this interdimensional being anytime you bring yourself into this calm, receptive place. This help is always available to you. And as you look out, you see that the waves have calmed and the wind has died down. The sky is cleared. It's a beautiful sunny day out there with a mirror-like surface on the water. And you come out of the cave into a new day, feeling light and balanced and grounded, happy to be alive, joyful at being yourself, grateful for all your gifts and talents, and walking back down the beach and back into your body in this room, taking some deeper breaths and beginning to wiggle your fingers and toes and turn your head from side to side. Whenever you feel ready, turn to one side and just take a few breaths underside. Giving yourself that message of gratitude for your practice today, for accessing the deepest level of your being. Take your time whenever you feel ready to come to seated position. And then we can bring the hands up together to meet over the head and drawing down the center line of the body to the heart, bowing the head to the heart. Just give yourself that message: I love you, I appreciate you, I honor you, your deepest self. And if you'd like to send some healing energy to someone today, you can imagine that person's energy body sitting right in front of you, and take a deep breath into the hands and blow some white light into that person's energy body. Feel them light up and absorb that gift, and then feel how it comes right back to you like a wave into your heart. We give thanks for this ancient wisdom, these teachings and knowledge, so that we may enter into our highest levels of being, of healing, of self-love. And may this radiate out through us into the world for the benefit of all beings. And so it is. I hope you have a blessed, beautiful, loving, strong, and empowered day. And I look forward to seeing you next time.